Test. Yep, there we go.
All right. Mike. Hold up. Let me see. All right, yeah, that sounds better. You know something I've realized from doing this? I like hearing myself talk. I don't know if you noticed that.
You? Really? I actually hate hearing myself talk, to be honest with you.
I mean, but you sound great. I think, I used to feel the same way, right? And I think once you get comfortable with that, with hearing yourself talk, it'll take you to a whole nother level.
I'm comfortable with it, I guess, but I'm in a weird business to like be off put by attention and the sound of my own voice.
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like the same thing as watching yourself perform on stage. Once you get past the uncomfortableness of that, you start to really be able to critique yourself a lot more, and it'll just up the performance.
Yeah, like I record every set and I listen to it. If I have video, I watch it. Yeah, and like it definitely sucks, but you got to do it. But people like the sound of your voice. I see the comments and shit.
All right, let me see. All right,
people make your voice makes people moist apparently.
All right, here we go. No, but what was also crazy too when it comes to 70 groups, right? What I was thinking about, you know how in entertainment we kind of complain about, like, being comics, right? We kind of complain about how we have to be talented at so many other things. Like for example, we have to do this. We can't just do stand up. We got to have a podcast. We got to know how to be our own editors, our own videographers and stuff like that. Yeah. But if we was comedians back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, even early 80s, we would have to have a singer group too.
That's a fact, bro.
Like we couldn't just be stand-up comedians like John Witherspoon. Yeah. John Witherspoon, Richard Pryor.
They know how to dress. Comics don't know how to dress.
Bro, it wasn't even dressing. You know what I'm saying? John Witherspoon, you got to coordinate.
And that is funny. Comedians like complain, I got to be talented and all these things. And then we just not. Like, niggas don't even be talented, like, at all.
Right.
I got to do all this. You're not even doing it. The fuck?
Right. We doing shit we learned in the computer class.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I got to know how to sing. I can't fucking hold a single note at all.
Yeah.
Like, how's everything going with you? Oh, and then let's introduce.
Well, we forgot how to do this shit. What's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
We got Pepsi in between us taking a nap, and we're on episode 108. 108, I believe. Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you listen to this on, whether that be on Apple, Spotify. Stop right now, scroll down, give us a review, man. Give us those 5 stars, man. I know y'all got some good words, some positive affirmations, and just how much you've been loving it. So yeah, don't be afraid, man. Share that with us, and whoever needs to see why they should be listening. So,
yeah. Don't wait, because you never know. Tomorrow is not promised. Yeah, because if you don't do it, we gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. So hold up.
You never know if you gonna live another day. So leave them reviews now. So we come find you.
Nigga. It don't show nothing. It don't cost nothing to show a nigga love. I was doing this getting money. Show a nigga some love, nigga.
Yeah. So show a nigga some love. We definitely appreciate that.
Show a nigga some love, nigga.
Yeah, and if you watching this on YouTube, also subscribe to that. And if you haven't already, join the Discord. If you need the link to that, that'll be in the description. Or also, you could just hit me up personally and ask me for the link, and I'll swing that over. But other than that, though, we've been going for a little bit. How you been?
Good. How's it been, like a week or two, or just 1 week?
Just a week. I know you. Okay. You left at the perfect time, actually, because it was cold as shit last week.
So when I left, I believe it was about 10 degrees, 15 degrees. I was in Arizona. It was like 80 degrees. It was great. Yeah,
here it was. What it was, I think it was like a low of shit. It was a low of -2. It was a low of -2. So yeah. I hope y'all all I hope y'all were able to get through that weekend without any problems. Actually, one listener that hit us up asking, he always just reaches out. My man JB, I believe he's a mailman in Long Island, I believe. So I hope he was safe on his routes. This shit was rough because even just walking Pepsi, prayers to everybody that had to walk their dogs and this shit. Walking home, it was so cold that it made me realize I do need to get a shiesty mask.
For sure.
I definitely do need to get because that's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
that's exactly what it's for. The thing is, it's this whole stigma about wearing a ski mask, but that's what it's for. It's for skiing. Yeah. It's just that niggas happen to get shot wearing those, or people happen to wear those to do other types of activities that they shouldn't be. True. But it's made for the skiing weather. So yeah, I do want to get a shiesty.
Well, there's so many. The balaclava game is like all the way in outer space right now. Like you can get all types of shit. Like you can get one that make you look girly. You know what I mean? Like you can get like a very soft, feminine energy balaclava, so you don't look like because you don't want to try to look tough. Because you ever see the video where they was like, nigga, you look like Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, you don't want to look like Buzz Lightyear.
No, but because I feel like I could pull it off perfect without looking threatening, because it's like you can't be scared, you can't be threatened by hazel eyes.
Man, you're still black. Nigga, you're gonna have to draw a red dot on your forehead or something and try to soften the blow. You're gonna try to have to make yourself a little less black if you don't want to get shot. But actually, that's gonna get you caught up by ICE. So you stuck between two awful situations. It's like, do I want to stay in the country or do I want to die in the country?
Cause I was walking Pepsi, man, and like any type of exposed skin is that's when you reach those levels of it. Like it's dangerous to have anything exposed. Like you might lose that part.
Yeah, hypothermia. Yeah, so, your fucking face is cold.
Right. So my forehead just being exposed out, like it was to the point where walking down the block, I just instantly got a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, that's bad.
Yeah, that shit was bad. So and being in that weather just for that 5 minutes to take him to use the bathroom, like I said, we've been talking about Minnesota so much. It made me think about the people that was marching in those temperatures.
Oh yeah, that shit was like negative 30 degrees.
Right, and people was out there. People was out there for like hours or so marching through the streets.
Yeah, that's when I feel like a march is a real statement. Like that's like most marches. I feel like there has to be the fucking some sort of something. There's something has to happen specifically for it to be effective, I think. But that was one of the marches where it was like just them being outside was enough to be symbolic.
Right.
Like I feel like the government they need us to work. So you not work. It's like I'm not gonna work, and I'm willing to freeze to death over this shit. They have to pay attention.
Let me see. You was in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that was good.
What? I know you was out there skating and stuff, right?
Yeah, I was just enjoying the weather. Phoenix is cool.
I guess that was Super Bowl weekend. Did you watch the Super Bowl out there?
I missed most of it because I wasn't really paying attention.
I mean,
I was at like a bar restaurant to where they were playing it. I was playing pool. I was like, I wasn't too concerned about it.
No,
it was my last day there, so
And also, we not the biggest football fans or anything. Nah. And so, did they watch the performance? Did anybody care about the Super Bowl performance? Well,
yeah, it was like packed in there. I think people were there to watch that shit. I don't think people cared about the game so much.
Okay,
it was like people that clearly wanted to see the performance out. So that was cool. I missed it though. Like,
okay.
I think I was in the bathroom or something.
No, I watched the performance, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Bad Bunny fan, and that's not a knock to him at all, because I'm sure what he's doing is great.
Oh, he's honestly is like amazing, and it's one of those artists where a lot of them are overhyped. Like Taylor Swift, it's just overhyped, whatever. Bad Bunny, I think.
Watch it now.
I don't give a shit. Bad Bunny, I think, is one of those artists where he is like in the stratosphere as far as popularity, and if you listen to the music, it's like that good.
Oh yeah, no. As far as popularity, like looking at the concerts, is given modern day Michael, like a modern day Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And you know what? That's probably been our problem when trying to find the next Michael Jackson. Looking for somebody in America that speaks English to be the next, dancing, singing guy. It's like maybe that's not what the world wants. Maybe the world wants somebody from an island that speaks a different language.
Yeah, because the world is so much bigger than us, but we tend to think, America is the number one, the propaganda we get spread, that we grew up on, when really it's like we see how actually the most known people are soccer players, or which would be, football.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the real version of what football is.
Yeah, like people probably have more of a respect. America and Britain are so bad in the way that they like subjugated the world that people forget that Spain was an imperial force.
Mm-hmm.
Like people think like Spanish is like not a language that people were forced to speak against their will. Mm-hmm. Like that's how bad English is. Like speaking English just sounds oppressive in like certain countries.
Right.
But Spanish is like, that was 400 years ago.
Right. Because even the people that were mad about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl, the whole thing was that we shouldn't have a Spanish performer, where America doesn't have its own language.
No, it's literally just the fucking, we're like
there's no speaking American. Speaking American would be just speaking in a country accent, missing a tooth.
It's literally bad English.
Yeah,
like we speak bad English.
Right. Because the way I look at Bad Bunny's performance, like I said, I didn't want to see it just because I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that's not a knock to him. I look at Bad Bunny's performance like the movie Parasite. Like it was great, but shit, I would definitely prefer some English shit.
I feel that. No, I definitely get it, and I feel like that's the right way to look at it, because you saw, there was 2 Super Bowl halftime shows apparently.
Mm-hmm. I turned on the other one for a little bit.
You put on the Kid Rock one.
Yeah,
how was it?
The Turning Point one. I turned it on for a second just to see the contrast. And when you read the comments, right, reading the comments of it, it was a bunch of like, God bless USA, or it was comments like Charlie Kirk would be so proud, like we got to get justice for Charlie. And it's like, there's y'all people that did that.
Yeah, no, it was so silly. It was just a bunch of people pretending to like something, and that's how bad that shit is over there. To where Bad Bunny is like, he that nigga as far as Spanish speaking music goes, or really music in general. But Kid Rock, he ain't on shit in white circles. So it's like, why they ain't get a nigga that white people fuck with like heavy? Like they probably could have found motherfucking Jelly Roll or something. That probably would have been more lit. Post Malone, like people would have fucked with that. But Kid Rock, people was in them rocking chairs dying, couldn't even hear that shit. But they was just glad he was white. Like that's all that shit was.
Yeah,
a bunch of old people just glad to see English. It was performative. It was fucking whack. I didn't see no clips of it other than like 5-second news clips. Like nobody fucking liked that shit.
Yeah. I mean the like that performance was it wasn't really the best. I say in terms of the game, it was one-sided. Like everybody went into this game knowing that the Seahawks had the clear advantage. With like the Patriots, they had a young quarterback.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know shit about the game at all.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that just from like my friends talking about it in the group chat. Yeah. I'm not a football fan at all.
Yeah, all my friends are homosexuals, so we don't watch that shit.
Like in my group chat, of friends, everybody, like we all have our role, right? So like they all know sports and stuff. I'm the Wendy Williams of the group chat. Like I come there with for real. I come there with the celebrity gossip and the memes. Like I'm strictly in the group chat for the tea.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody does have a role in their group chat.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't know what my role is, but also I'm not too active. I got to get my group chat shit together. That's really the only thing holding certain friend groups together. Yeah, is them group chats. So shout out to the group chats.
But one thing about the Super Bowl that's always kind of been the thing, and I guess it might have fell off a little bit because of the increase of social media, where it's like you don't have to watch. Before you would watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, but now it's like, all right, if I miss it, I could just get a recap online of what was the best commercials and look it up that way.
Yeah.
But the one commercial that was like really eye-opening and scary about like the advancement of technology was the Ring commercial.
Oh yeah. So are you gonna try to play a clip of it? Like
yeah.
Play it.
Yeah. I'll play it.
What I was thinking.
I'll play the full commercial here.
This is Milo. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
On that commercial, they said they found them one dog a day, but they not telling you that they also tracking down 20 Somalians, 30 Mexicans. Like, they probably using that surveillance for all types of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like fucking. This shit is like government contracts. You feel me? Like they. This is like the type of shit that AI. I don't know. I would love to see how much Palantir and shit is involved in that type of stuff. And there's probably some sort of partnership with some evil fucking corporation. Yeah, like a ring fucking Hitler collab. You know what I mean? So. It's some shit where they're it's a very soft blow. Like, look, this is totally fine. We're just gonna fucking find dogs. If we so happen to arrest you for some shit that we shouldn't even have known about, then
And that's what's scary about watching a commercial like that, because like the that type of surveillance combined with like I've been watching the Winter Olympics, and in the Winter Olympics they've been showing like the drones following right under the skiers going down the slopes at like 90 miles per hour. Right. So it's like the way the drones can move and surveil people combined with this, the government could really be on their ass in all types of ways. Yeah.
No, it's genuinely like, it's like...
Wait, hold up. Pull the mic up a little bit.
It is genuine sociopath shit. These people just genuinely do not give a fuck about other human beings. They're just thinking, how can I gain control and money more? It's very simple.
And monitor you in ways where they're monitoring us in a ways where we talked about this before, how you'll get advertised some shit that you don't even know you need before you need it. Yeah. Because they know our movement so well. Yeah. Where you'll be scrolling through Instagram stories and then something pops up, or Alexa will tell you, hey, I know you order this amount of face wipe.
You see, that's why I said unplug that motherfucker now.
I know. That's why I'm scared to shit.
Alexa is. Alexa, shut the fuck up. Thank you. See, no, but Alexa, it is good to get your misogyny out on a robot. So, like, I do understand the purpose of it, but I don't trust it.
No, but it's scary because, we edit these episodes. she got all the raw cuts out of wild shit we be saying.
She know everything I said about Michelle Obama's butt. No, I had a point. Oh, fuck, I don't know where I was going, so I'll jump into another point. But, yeah, so the dog shit, clearly that's the way that how would people accept this? Yeah. Let's say that we'll find your lost dogs. We all know that this is bullshit. That's insane. They're literally trying to surveil us with our own consent. And that's I remember I brought up the idea. I was trying to explain what manufacturing consent was, I guess, to anybody who hasn't heard the term. But it's basically like, how do I convince you to let me do some shit I was going to do anyway? Mm-hmm. That's the role of the media in a society like ours. So I was like, I want to go to war. So what do I got to tell you to where you just let it happen?
Yeah, and that's the thing where about all of this happening in a state like Minnesota, right? All the things unfolded in Minneapolis. It's like a person like Trump is like, how can I stay president as long as possible? Start a civil war. Yeah. Because there can't be a change of presidents while that's happening.
Yeah, a civil war, Venezuela war, Iran war. Like, we just getting involved in all types of shit. That, again, we literally do not want it. Nobody wanted to do anything with Venezuela. I don't give a fuck what they're doing to their people there. It's like, we got to fucking figure out what we're going to do here. We're getting fucking tear gassed and attacked in our own country. So I'm sure that there's an oppressive regime there. But, like, it's not that we can't give a fuck, but we literally have to figure out how to fix it here. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, nah, we got to do that shit over there. And he's just giving us all these reasons. Well, drugs, fentanyl, cartels, all this other shit. They just want the oil. But they're going to tell us some shit that we're cool with. And that's why I feel like it's too far gone, because it's at the point where, one, obviously we can't do nothing about it, but when they're being this open about this type of shit, that's how you know there's nothing we could do to reverse it. Because if they were still working on how to make sure we don't fight against this thing, they wouldn't be so blatant about it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we've had no privacy for the past 30 years.
But and it's crazy because it's like, what we picking with the government, or like, you know, these places, the authorities that are supposed to protect us, how they pick and choose what they'll let slide and what they won't. Because even like, you know, with the airport, you're supposed to fly with a real ID. You got a real ID?
Nah, yeah. I if anybody's listening, I have everything I'm supposed to have.
Because, you know, with the real ID, they'll let you fly without it if you pay $40.
Yeah, I actually went to the airport about a fucking month or two ago, and I didn't have a real ID at the time. So all I did, they gave me additional screening, which was just a guy swabbing my hands to see if I had like explosive residue. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know what the fuck they're worried about at that point, because what the fuck was that even for? That doesn't prove that I'm from here or that I'm a citizen. Or like, are they worried about me being who I say I am? Are they worried about bombs? Like, what the fuck are they worried about? What's the point of this shit?
Or is like, and that's what I'm saying, because it's like, damn. So if I pay the extra $60 a year, I won't. If I pay this extra little bit of money, I won't get checked for explosive residue.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because Osama bin Laden was like a billionaire.
Matter of fact, well, I guess speaking of airports, it was a situation in the airport where we almost it was a situation in the airport with some of our legends. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't even consider. Well, if you combine them all, they make a legend.
Yeah, I think they've been in the room when a lot of legendary things have happened.
Yeah, Ja Rule, Tony Yayo, and Uncle Murda.
I know, honestly, I'll let them. They get legend status.
I give it to Ja.
Ja Rule definitely is a legend.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He was pretty hot.
Ja had a run.
He had a crazy run.
And actually, like, his shows are still doing great. His shows
are they? Because I remember remember he was like, "Are you ready?" And then I guess not. Remember that video?
Oh, yeah. No. I think it was an audio issue.
Oh, okay. But he was, "Are you good?" And I guess I thought it was like the audio. I mean, I guess the audience wasn't hyped on him.
No, but Ja definitely making a run, and his show is still doing great for, like, especially. I love to see an artist still able to be able to tour past their prime.
Oh yeah,
like, and still make money, still make a good living. Shit, I know Ja kill a Soul Train cruise, or like, you know, a time during the cruise, like, you know, something where it's going to be a bunch of linen suits and, you know, Stacey Adams and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, and didn't somebody come up who said something about, like, why is it that black artists, as they age, they don't get the same respect that you know, like rock bands,
right? Like a Bon Jovi,
and, you know, what's his name,
Bruce Springsteen, and those guys,
Elton John and shit. Like, he gonna be able to play sold out arenas until he dies. Like, why don't we have more of that for our people? So I you know, I'm not 50 Cent. I don't hate Ja Rule. I don't got no reason to not like that nigga.
And maybe it's because as they get old, these niggas still want to do stuff like fight on planes.
Yeah, that's
maybe that might be what it is. Maybe they lose the respect because it's like, as you getting grown, you still trying to do the young shit. It's like
all them airline miles you done accumulated over the years, and you gonna throw it away over some dumb shit.
Yeah, so
them niggas was acting like they was on a school bus.
So I guess this might have been, at this point, might have been a week or two ago. Ja Rule, Tony Yayo, and Uncle Murda, they cross paths on a plane.
Yeah.
They cross paths. So, you know, Yayo and Ja Rule, they have their long-standing beef from the G Unit, Murder Inc. days, and now Uncle Murda, I don't know if he signed to G Unit or, like, but I know he does, like, you know, he tours along with 50.
Does 50 Cent still tour?
Yeah, like, well, you know, 50, he does, like, I'm not sure. I believe he did his last U.S. tour maybe a year or so ago, But he still does like dates. He still does like he'll do like a one nighter somewhere, and then he'll tour overseas.
He's somebody that I could see doing shows until he can't move anymore, because he's got like his hits are timeless.
So yeah, so they came across. They were actually sitting. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda. They were sitting behind Ja Rule on the plane, and they recorded a video trolling him. Let me see if I can find this video.
Man, suck ass up, you fucking sucker.
So in the video, it cuts from Yayo and them like saying like, look at him, and then it cuts from like whatever happened to Ja Rule being off the plane after like they said Ja threw a pillow at him.
Yeah, that's honestly the best move. If you about to get jumped, you just act erratic and try to get yourself kicked out, so that or like start wilding so the police show up and they save you and shit. But you don't call them. You be like, yo, I'm about to fuck everybody. I'm about to this whole motherfucking plane up, and then they come and get you, and now you safe.
Wait, this is the part that was cut out. Another passenger recorded this at Ja Rule on the plane. So yeah, so now Ja Rule, and this part is Ja Rule standing up saying like, what we doing? Like he was ready to take them on. And like just looking at this, right, it makes me mad and just disgusted for so many reasons. One, like, look at all the passengers that you're around. Like, you in first class. Who are you trying to keep it real for? Everybody just want to get back home to their families. They just want to get back home to relaxing or trying to get to where they need to go. If it might be a business trip for them, they trying to keep it. The people they trying to keep it real for. This happened on the Delta plane.
Yeah,
they on a Delta flight trying to keep it real for Spirit airline niggas.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary. Cause don't they got kids and shit?
They got kids.
Like if your child is the valedictorian of high school, colleges ain't asking. So is your daddy a bitch or what? Because we not letting you in the Harvard if your dad a bitch. If your dad get punked on airplanes, we not getting a scholarship.
I'm not sure how old Tony Yayo is, but I believe Ja Rule turns 50 this year.
They're old enough to have like children that need to be put in the positions. They're
old enough that we've grown and finished school in the time they've been beefing.
Exactly.
Like when this started, I was in middle school. I've got a degree. I've moved. Like we've started our own careers. I'm sure. Like I don't know if Yayo has kids, but I know I believe his kids are grown and probably out of school at this point. And the other part of this that's corny too is that 50 and Ja have actually spoken on being on the same flight together, and they've been able to fly without any incident or any videos of them coming out. They've been able to keep their composure, and those were the two that had the real problem. So to see this happen between, like, all right, I could get Yayo and Ja. It's like they had problems. Uncle Murda, you wasn't even around in the thick of this.
Yeah, and too old to be worried about other people's problems.
And Uncle Murda, now I'm not gonna lie, I bought Yayo first album.
No, I don't dislike these people's music at all.
No, but you can't. But Uncle Murda, if somebody said with a gun to your head, name 5 Uncle Murda songs,
I would say 2025, 2024, 2023. I would just list all the year recaps. That's all I know. You don't remember 2022? All the shit that happened? That's a song.
And then in Ja Rule, they fuck with him. Ja actually still in good shape.
I just think it's definitely funny, but I just can't imagine this shit mattering to me as an old man.
Yeah.
Because they went so long without killing anybody. Like nobody died.
Right.
It's been squashed for so long. It's not necessarily squashed, but like if it don't escalate when y'all 20, why the fuck would it even exist at 50?
Yeah, actually, yeah, these are their ages. Ja Rule is 49, Yayo is 47, and Uncle Murda is 45. So it's like, I know how I feel when I wake up. Like when I'm about to go work out, I still got to stretch.
Yeah.
You know what a fight do to you in your 40s?
That shit gonna put you on your back for at least 3 days. You gonna throw your back out. Your knees gonna be sore.
Right. You got to tell your grandkids you can't pick them up for a little bit.
Yeah. You know how easy it is to crack a rib when you a fucking senior citizen?
Bro, I'm telling when you hit a certain age, a fall will take you out.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's what happened to my grandpa. My grandpa, he fell. After that, he had to start going to dialysis.
Bro, your grandma ever tell you she got a cold? You like, fuck. This better not be the last one, grandma. Get some emergency in you. Drink some emergency, please. Fucking cold to take your grandparents out.
Yo, if your grandma gets sick, you better start writing down all them recipes.
Yeah, yo. Your grandma sneezed, go to the hospital right away.
Ask her everything you wanted to know. Yeah, them niggas too old for that, man.
Yeah, nah, it's and they're not even making music no more and shit. They're gonna be on a podcast together in 3 to 6 months. I'm calling it. They're gonna be like, you know what, this shit was corny. Let's get some money together. That's what niggas do. Why we not getting money together?
It's sad to see like grown men that actually live the street life that know that you're supposed to keep everything like undercover. Like you're supposed to. This stuff shouldn't be public knowledge. Just like back in the day, seeing somebody that was something. Like fighting, it was supposed to be something that like, you know, it stayed on the scene. Like if you wasn't there, niggas would say, oh, ain't nothing happened.
Exactly. Now, like, if we had a shootout and then the police pulled up, it'd be like, what do y'all fucking, what are y'all mad at each other about? I'd be like, no, there's nothing wrong.
Right.
We're both fine. That's what I'm still mad at Vlad for putting out. Like, all right, listen, you put a camera in AR Ab's face, he gonna say everything that has ever happened in his entire life, everything he's done. It's your responsibility as a journalist to not put that out. And he burned a lot of people.
Bro, those are my favorite videos, man.
He's like, yeah, so I was trapping over on 32nd, right? And then we were between the hours of 6 and 9 p.m., we was outside this dude's house because when he come out, we was going to kill him. Now, we killed him about 9:02 p.m. There was about 3 shell casings.
Oh,
you can go to it.
You know AR Ab just put out a book? He just, yeah. Actually, matter of fact, since we just stumbled upon that.
He honestly would have been a great detective if he was on the right. He was on the wrong side of the law.
Yeah.
Because like he really gives great clues to his own murders. I feel like he could solve other people's.
Yeah, AR Ab, he just released, I believe, he just put out 2 books. He put out The United States of Philadelphia and The World That Remembered Itself. And the first one...
What the fuck does either of those titles actually mean? I guess what I would like to know.
Yeah, the first one is actually it's a sci-fi book about a futuristic version of Philadelphia.
Get the fuck out of here!
And that's what's sad about a nigga like that throwing away all his potential. Because
I would have never fucking guessed some shit like that.
Right.
Shout out to whoever wrote that for him and let him put his name on that.
I don't know what it's for, you know why? Because I kidnap niggas, I rob niggas, I kill niggas, I got a lot of shit I did.
Every time I watch that shit, I start snot crying laughing. Am I good? Let me see. I'm good. I'm good. Bro, that shit is so fucking funny. I've seen him do it. That's so fucking funny, man.
Shit. Damn. Let me see. What else?
Free AR Ab. Honestly, like, he should be. He pretty much confessed to all his crimes. I feel like he should be free at this point. he ain't hide it or nothing, nigga. What the fuck? Let him out.
Shit, if y'all looking for some book recommendations, The United States of Philadelphia, man.
I actually am like very intrigued by that.
I kind of do. Yeah, I think I might get a copy of that. Honestly, you know what I'm saying, to get him, give him some chips, some cakes. You know what I'm saying, get him right. 2070.
Yeah, I wonder how much it costs.
Let me see. I guess you want to keep it in music. You listen to J. Cole album?
Come on.
You don't like Cole?
You're pushing buttons right now. You trying to get me to say something?
No. Honestly, I'm
sick of that nigga. I've been sick of this nigga.
I like Cole. I think I like. All right. You know what it is? I love J. Cole, but my problem with him is the same problem people have with Big Sean. I feel like they both, and that's why I hate when people put Cole in that whole Big Three conversation as like, I feel like Cole is a lot closer to Big Sean's discography than he is to Kendrick's and Drake's in terms of he has the potential and we know he could rap well, but the projects are really underwhelming and they just don't live up to their full potential. And I understand when people say, like, I'm a Big Sean fan, and just as much as like Cole, right? But I completely understand when people say Big Sean says some bullshit. Yeah, I completely understand when people laugh at, you know, like that's an ass quake. Or like, you know,
it's at least fun though. like you can't take it seriously. Like, you know?
I totally understand when people make fun of Big Sean lines, right? But we just let "You Been on My Mind" like Kaepernick know. We just let that slide. You claim you the shit, but you can't out-fart me. J. Cole got some lines. He got some questionable shit.
I feel like he's got. I'll admit that I do like some of his songs, and I was a fan initially when he first kind of became a thing. But I just feel like how many rappers that rap about rapping do we actually need? I'm just kind of sick of it.
Yeah, and shit, I bought. I think Cole album might have been the last album I actually bought. Now that I think about it, because I remember buying his album. I think I bought his album. He dropped the album the same day as Kanye. He dropped the same day as Yeezus, and I believe, and that might have been no. Matter of fact, actually, Forest Hill Drives. That was the last one I bought. That was the very last album I purchased. Yeah, and I feel like that was a good step up. But then I feel like with the albums after that, they kind of regressed. And I think what it is with Cole. We know he could rap, right?
Yeah.
We know he
definitely can.
My critique with most of his albums is that we know he could rap well, but after a while, when the albums are too long, sometimes it feels monotonous.
Yeah, his music just it's very like, okay.
And because of, I feel like Cole, he tries to wear too many hats. I want him to just focus on just the rapping and actually let somebody else do the production. And because of his style of production, it just gives it a very monotone feel.
Yeah, and I respect people that make all their own music. You end up owning everything. Like, the type of person he is in real life, he just seems to be, like, genuine, and I respect that. But his music, it just seems like he's incapable of having fun. Yeah, it just never, I don't know if I know how to explain it, I guess. I don't know, maybe it just doesn't feel, like, creative enough for me. But it bores me. I don't like he raps about rapping. And as a person, like, I genuinely can't think of a bad thing to say about him.
You know what bothers me now about the point about him rapping about rapping, when it was time for him to step up and show and prove that he could rap with the top rappers and he is actually the best, he bowed out of that.
Yeah.
But he had no problem responding to Diggy.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Like, man? you can't let Diggy be the one rap beef that you decide to stay in.
Yeah, he could probably out rap Kendrick or Drake, but he can never out fun them. He'll never make me have fun. He'll never have as much fun as they seem to have. Like, Kendrick used to do features for anybody. Remember it was like, I think he did a Fredo Santana song.
Dude, shit, you know my shit? The feature that people sleep on from Kendrick, Classic Man.
What the fuck is that?
You know Classic Man.
I don't know that one. But no, I remember Kid Cudi had a album, and the album wasn't that great, but Kendrick had a verse on it, and I think he did the hook. And that song was actually really fucking good. Jadena. Oh, ill. Ill.
You remember this? That was my shit.
Yeah, this is like, this is the era when they was making like gay music for straight people. That's why I didn't like it. And if you listen to it, it sounds like there should be somebody talking about sucking a dick on it, but it's just straight niggas. I didn't like it. Felt like cultural appropriated. It's like it should be like fucking Azalea Banks or some shit.
Whoa.
No, Iggy Azalea.
No,
both, honestly.
Well, speaking of the keeping them rap, it's this rapper LaRussell. You say you're not familiar with LaRussell?
I don't listen to corny niggas really. So if you say a corny nigga's name, I'm not gonna know it most of the time. Do you know who that is? Do you ever listen to his music?
No,
exactly. You're doing the same shit.
No, LaRussell,
you have a threshold also.
He's an independent rapper. I believe he's from the Bay Area, his music, it does come off like a corny nigga, but I think it's more so just it's a more like a feel good everyday people type of vibe.
Yeah, like fuck all that, nigga. Don't try to make me feel good. The fuck is you talking about? Smiling and fucking.
So he's been an independent rapper for a little while now, and
I want to hear that bullshit.
Let me see. Yeah, I have it.
Whose wife are you fucking? That's what I want to hear.
Let me see.
Come on, son. What are you doing? Like, who's like, yo, we got to get Lil Jon for this song. Keep that shit in the motherfucking on the hard drive. How you putting that shit out, dude? Come on. You know my dream feature? Lil Jon. Lil Jon is cool, but like, dude, that's how I know the nigga's corny. Because there should be 100 people on your list of shit to do before you get to Lil Jon in 2026. I'm going to be honest with you.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to play. Matter of fact, I never really listened to any LaRussell. I seen something like, his backyard freestyles. But let me see.
I'm going kind of hard on this nigga. I've never heard a single song. I do like, honestly, the Bay Area, I feel comfortable saying this because a lot of music coming out of the Bay is really good. So.
No, yeah. So, yeah, he's from independent rapper from the Bay. I think he's released close to, about 40 projects.
And
let's see.
Now, what does that say?
Let me see. Does he have? Let's look up.
That's Lil B started that, making too many albums.
Damn! Look at this discography.
Yeah. I definitely blame Lil B.
Yeah, this might be well over 40 albums.
Let's honestly, I want to hear a song. We don't gotta play it we can cut it out of this, but I just want to hear the Lil Jon song just so I can know if I'm being a hater or not.
Matter of fact, yeah, actually, no, I did see that. I did see the video of that. That shit actually sounds right. Like having Lil Jon on the ad-libs.
And honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I was going pretty hard. Like I do like that it has a regional identity. Like it sounds like a fucking 2026 Mac Dre song.
No, yeah, it does have that regional, Oakland sound.
Lil Jon, nigga, come on.
It gives me this gives me Oakland Chance. Like this is like a really like Oakland Chance the Rapper type of feel. Like, but like,
yeah, it's just something about
and not acid rap Chance. This is like Oakland Big Day.
Yeah, something about it just seems like, but unlikable.
But I do like the whole. I do respect his whole grind and being able to make money as an independent artist that might not be a household name, but still, what is the type? What is the right term for like he's been able to crowdfund in an amazing way where he was selling. I think he was selling a project recently for like $1,000 or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I've seen a few people do that. I know Mark Hamill used to sell his like albums for like just like $1,000.
Yeah, and I think I know Kyrie Irving was one of the people that bought the album in I believe $10,000 or $11,000.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. That you like if somebody wants to pay that much for it and you don't have a record label to pay off, like, fucking give me the fucking money.
Yeah, but people, he recently signed with Rock Nation.
He's about to take his Freedom and his hairline soon.
And so how that turned into like, people just being against Rock Nation right now and questioning what would make him go this route when he's had success in being independent. But I feel him on that because it's just like with comedy, right? We get in the entertainment business or like we might get into something because we have this love for this. I might have a love for being a musician, for being a rapper. And just because I love rap doesn't mean I necessarily want to have to like go through the grind of being an independent artist because that shit is stressful. Having to put together your own tours or figure out how can I clear this sample and stuff like that. It's a lot easier when you have a team of people doing it behind you.
Yeah, and if you sign a distribution deal and you're not really distributing things to the level that the label could help you, it's like let them take a cut. It's not like you were going to get to that point yourself anyway. So it's just like they give you more eyes and more sales and they get a little bit of it. It's like it's kind of a win-win if you have a good contract. And I feel like if you're an independent artist that already established like some sort of baseline, then you kind of have a lot of bargaining power. I mean, that's what Nipsey did, right? He signed a fucking deal with like, what was it, Atlantic or some shit? But,
for Victory Lap.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, here's all my fucking masters and take my entire soul. It was just like, help me with this.
Right, because it's much better to have 80% of $1 million than it is to have 100% of $1,000.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
So yeah, he signed with Rock Nation, but then in the interview, so I guess he was been going on a press run because of the recent signing, and also I believe he performed at All-Star Weekend, which was out in California. But in a recent interview, somehow he mentioned Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I start listening to everything. Like I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's why his argument was.
You know, like as someone who like grew up in these communities, right, and grew up with homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit. Right. Like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community. And I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, you know, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And that do bother me. Man, Tie My Hands.
That's what I was going to say. Tie My Hands is the only one I can think of.
And that's the thing. It's like, if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, you know, your affinity for me is going, you're probably going to remember me for this. And a lot of people don't, you know, as I mature.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Something like it's incredibly valid and well articulated. People get mad at fucking everything, huh?
Yeah. And, you know, I feel him on that. Like hearing it like that, people were mad about just if you read just the headline of it, like LaRussell shitting on Lil Wayne, because when you compare the careers of, like, you know, who is this unknown person I never heard of talking about this person that I love?
Nobody even knows you. Who are you to have an opinion? It's so the internet is just not a real place, because this is like an actual, in a room with other people with brains in their head, this is a valid point and a good conversation.
It's a very valid point. Shit.
That's probably why I don't like this nigga music, because he's smart.
It's very valid, man. Like, you know, for real. If I gotta pick and choose, in today's time, if I gotta pick and choose between if I'm gonna listen to the new Ace Hood or I'm gonna listen to Peanuts to an Elephant,
yeah.
For real, I want something that I could feel and I could connect with. And that's not to say that, you know, I don't like when people talk about nothing, because I do. Like, when I want to hear somebody talk about nothing, I'm going to definitely go to Wayne. I'm going to go to my Futures, my Thugs. You know, I love that. But you do need that balance. You do definitely need that balance. And I think that's why, even like with my music taste, right? I think that's why I like listening to like the older music of what my parents put me onto. That's really the importance of having good parents. Because these niggas be having nobody to show them anything, and that's why they old heads be a year older than them.
Yeah, that's true.
like niggas be having like they be calling somebody big bro that's like in the same class as them.
No, real shit. I've had like people be like, man, I always look up to you. I'm like, what? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You go to therapy. But yeah, actually, I said I don't like his music. I don't know. I've only heard one song, and it actually wasn't even. Actually, it's not that I want to hear it again, but I do like it. I like what he's doing so far, and I like people that put out 40 albums at a time, like, you know, RX Nephew, and like,
do I know them?
Yeah, do you know what that is? It's like a lot. It's a lot of like weird underground rappers and shit that will make like 40 projects.
Nigga, you be saying rappers' names that sound like anime characters.
Yeah. All right, you know Laserdisc, right?
Yeah,
it's insane music. It's not like, sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's the worst thing you've ever heard, but it's there's fun there. So But yeah, that's honestly, it's not Lil Wayne's responsibility to like be smart, but that is a good point. Like he's clearly somebody that hid his intelligence when as far as the music goes, and he if you listen to Lil Wayne's comments in the interviews, like he's clearly has no social awareness.
Yeah,
at all.
Right.
I mean, he took pictures with Trump in the last administration. Right?
Yeah,
first go around, he was a Trump guy for the pardon.
I believe he also denied racism at one point.
Several times.
Yeah,
police brutality. He's like, Black Lives Matter. I mean, my life mattered to my bitches. Like, bro, what the fuck does that even mean? Yeah. Who did you run that by? That's how you know he ain't got no real friends, because he kissed a nigga on TV, and he doesn't believe in anything outside of himself so far. And he keeps tweeting shit about like, I guess I didn't get picked for this again. Boo hoo. Yeah. Nigga.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? He's like one of the best rappers alive. Who the fuck cares if you get a Super Bowl or a goddamn Grammy?
Well, also in music, GloRilla.
Oh yeah. So I've been here. So GloRilla's got a sister that looks just like her apparently, but people have been calling her Bro-rilla and Stud-rilla.
Yeah. She has a.
She got a.
Yeah, GloRilla. Her sister identifies as she, right?
I don't know.
It's weird because, you know what I think it is.
She's Mr. Moose-knuckle.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because, I think what it is with like the black, the masculine lesbians. Mm-hmm. I think it's because they come up in such like homophobic and it's either the homophobic and just the lack of knowledge about it can be the spectrum and you can choose whatever you want. They probably still think they got to keep the feminine name and pronouns. Because it's like, it's clearly you turned yourself into this nigga. Yeah. Like
it's definitely a brand of sexuality that's completely informed by your environment.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's not like a lot of people's sexuality is like very internal and like how they feel and the way they are, but that shit just seems like very like molded by what you've been around.
Right. Because I know plenty of studs that go by these girly ass names. Like, bitch, you not Felicia no more. Like,
you not Felicia no more.
I'm looking at you with waves in a full shape up, but you still going by this pretty ass name.
No, and it's funny when like studs are homophobic because it just doesn't make any sense. But it's like, who are you? Who is this for?
Yeah, GloRilla's sister basically came out and went online, was just basically saying that GloRilla hasn't helped anyone out. She was saying she hasn't been helping her out. She hasn't been helping out anybody in her family. And she's actually starting to get like a little bit of online fame from this. And that is the corny thing about being a celebrity, where all somebody in your family has to do is say you don't help out and now they famous.
Yeah, it's really there's really no point for us to be doing this.
What?
Because we're competing with the stud sister or rappers. Like, what the fuck are we even trying to be fucking talented for? What are we working hard for? What the fuck does this shit matter?
Yeah, she was asking GloRilla for $2,500, and GloRilla came out. And she went on live, like, had a conversation with her mom and her dad on the phone, and basically both of the parents basically said like, GloRilla takes good care of us.
Yeah, I can't imagine that she's not helping anybody out. I don't necessarily believe that.
Yeah, let me see.
But that's kind of the common story where it's just like they didn't help you out in the way that you wanted. Mm-hmm. So, and also we don't know how much money she has right now. She's probably trying to be smart with it. I would advise that because every rapper goes broke. That's why once the niggas stop popping and then like the shows start slowing up, you see them get arrested for scams. Because that's how they're keeping up that like image and that lifestyle. They're just doing credit card scams, and then they get caught, and then they have nothing.
Yeah, they doing scams. They got to go back to the streets of getting money. Look at Fetty Wap. Look at how amazing. He just got out, right? Yeah, he just got out. But look at how amazing his run was, and then once the music starts to slow down for a moment because now you have to follow up with another hit, and it's like, damn, I might not be able to produce at the level that people want me to and at the speed that people want me to. So now it's like I gotta keep up this lifestyle because you might have built this image. You might have built this image of you being super successful, because everybody doesn't have a career of somebody like a Cardi B, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly rare that anybody would.
Right, where Cardi B had a super successful album, but then she was also able to garner all these endorsements that she's able to live off and maintain the lifestyle. Yeah. So yeah, GloRilla, we don't know. She doesn't know how long her run is going to be. So it's like, it's the same way as somebody in the career of somebody in the NBA or NFL, where it's like, I have this certain shelf life that I'm able to have a successful career right now, but I also need to think about what's life going to look like after this.
Oh yeah, honestly, like, for honestly any rapper, girl, boy, it don't matter who you are, rap for 5 years and take your ass to HGTV and start showing white people some tiny houses. Like, your sales going to dip. Go to the fucking TLC, start a show.
Cause I mean, being comedians, we're fortunate enough that we'll be able to do this forever.
Yeah, the live aspect of it is the entire job. So as long as you can do that, you can do it. Like, there's no like, people want to hear my albums, but they don't want to see me live. You know, so that's the good thing about being a comic, because the work is the job is the work. So it's just, as long as you can continue to do it at the same level, it's always gonna work out for you.
Right.
But like music, people are gonna fucking start to be like, damn, you don't got no new songs. As a comic, every year you got to come up with a new hour. And if it's good, people are going to come see it. But, you know, plenty of artists come out with a shit album.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, once you put out something bad, now it's like
Ice Spice.
That shit is over for you.
Yeah. Now she on SpongeBob SquarePants. Talking about what you say, big guy pants, okay? Like, what the fuck did she even saying in that shit, bro?
Shit, look at
big guy.
Yeah, shit, you never know. You could
big guy pants, okay?
You could be putting out good music and something might happen in your career.
Yeah.
Look at Chingy.
Oh fuck, man, yeah, Chingy.
Man,
if he was fucking with transgenders now, he'd be fucking lit. That's what's fucked up. The world is not fair. Because if they found out he was like, all right, so let's say that he actually was doing it. That would be he would become and like he leaned into it.
Yeah,
that would be a new fan base. Or if he was like, hey, this is a lie, but I still support y'all, that would also be a win. But back then, niggas was just like, what? A nigga with a dick or a bitch with a dick? No, but it's man, shit just was not fair back then.
Yeah, because
that's so sad to think about sometimes. Because he should have had the opportunity to flop on his own.
Right. This is GloRilla with her mom right here.
First of all, my mama met me at a hotel in Memphis because she said, yo, sisters them be hating on you. And I don't want you at the house where they knowing you will pull up it. She came and met me on Christmas. Had to meet me at a hotel because my mama's scared for my life because she know people be hating. So yeah, mama, when you pulled up on me at the hotel, what happened when you saw them red bottoms?
I fell in love with him, and I said, Gloria, let me have them. You let me try them on. I said, let me have them. And she said, no, mama, I can't let you have them. I'm going to wear them. So I said, okay, that's okay. We just continue to talk.
Wait, hold on. Let me look up. I want to see her full name.
GloRilla.
GloRilla. Damn, her name is Gloria Hallelujah.
If you say that in her accent, it pretty much is GloRilla.
You can't be named Gloria Hallelujah and not take care of your parents. Gloria Hallelujah was. I know GloRilla be fucking up her own name.
She gives positive, and I hate light skinned niggas. So like, something about her is, I don't get any red flags. She seems like a positive person.
No.
I'm not going. I don't trust light skinned dudes.
No, she probably super positive.
Yeah, she definitely is. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
then
it's so weird when to like get like when famous people's cousins and like relatives come out and like talk shit. Because like all you saying is like, all right, so I'm broke and my sister not.
Do you worry about that? I know you got a bunch of siblings.
I don't got no fucking money. I be telling niggas like, you can ask for whatever the fuck you want. I'm like, if you ever need something, ask. I'm not gonna say yes because I don't fucking got it. But if you ever need anything, you just want to say it out loud to somebody, let me know.
That's the good. That's kind of the, and I know my mom gonna hear this. That's kind of the one good thing about my sister not talking to me right now. Like my sister, she don't talk to me now when I'm broke. So it's a good thing that I know she wouldn't reach out when I am up. That's the only positive.
Who want to talk to a broke nigga? Honestly, that's a depressing conversation. I wouldn't want to talk to you either.
Shit, I might need to ask her for something.
Shit, man, I don't even want to talk to myself. I'll be looking in the mirror like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
But I feel like in life, I think you really don't. It's fucked up that her sister is doing this. I also did hear that like I did hear that they said like GloRilla at one point in her life she was homeless, like had to stay with friends.
I could imagine that. Musical careers are definitely a long fucking terrible road.
I mean, that just growing up living in Memphis with like her parents. I'm sure her parents probably like her parents might have just like been struggling trying to find a way to take care of all of them.
True. Having a stud twin that gets you in a beef probably is hard. It's like, there she go. It's not me. But y'all look away. It's probably stressful.
Yeah. Studs. How can I put this? Studs that's in the streets really aren't coming from functional houses. Wait, can I say that?
Yeah, it's definitely, you could be a normal person and eat pussy. You could be a normal person and sell drugs. No normal person eats pussy and sells drugs. I get what you're saying. It's too many factors. Yeah. Face tattoos, eating pussy, and selling drugs. Something went wrong.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Each of those things individually, I would not pass judgment. Now, I think this is a great. This does bring up a good point. People think that like, artists and athletes have so much money, but they don't, because the amount of money that you have, while that increases, your standard of living is going to increase, and the expenses you have increases to the point where like these people might be living the same way that you and I are,
right? Just
on a larger scale.
Just because you're in the public eye doesn't mean that you have all this extra money.
Yeah,
followers definitely doesn't equate to money at all, and then also it's like you don't owe anybody anything. Like you don't owe it to anybody to take care of. Just because you have the money doesn't mean that you have to take care of everybody. Even if you were to come across like a bunch of money, of course the first thing most people with money want to do is retire their parents.
Yeah.
But most parents really just want you to be okay.
True. But also like it's kind of hard. Like if you got two parents and you got some money and now you got to help them out, it's like, damn, nigga. I thought y'all had each other. What the fuck? But nah, yeah. If I had a lot of money, I think the first thing would be, I feel like everybody's first responsibility is, parents.
I'm gonna find them a nice nursing home.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you the nicest Jamaican ass wiper I can find.
Hey, if you gonna beat them, just hit them with an open hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you a nursing home where they use boxing gloves, so they don't leave no bruises and shit and crack no ribs.
They not using no closed fist on y'all.
Yeah. They gauze their hands, they wrap them up, and then they put gloves on. They let you take your dentures out before they punch you in the mouth. A nice nursing home. It's going on in the world right now.
All-Star Weekend just happened. NBA All-Star Weekend was this past weekend. And in this, right? So normally with All-Star Weekend, they normally have a press conference with like just all of the teams. All of the teams and like, you know, all of the teammates are there together. But LeBron, he actually had a separate press conference. Mm-hmm. And in this, I'm not sure his exact reason for having a separate one from the rest of the team, but in this, somebody actually asked him his thoughts on Israel.
Weasley B from Channel 14 in Israel. For all the Israeli fans, what message would you like to send for Israel, and also what do you think about Danny Avdia?
Well, I've been quoted on Danny already, and they asked me what I thought about this season. I said I believe he was an all-star, and
that's the Israeli basketball player for the Portland Trail Blazers. Yeah. They made the All-Star team. But.
He's an all-star. He's playing, exceptional, basketball. So that's that. And then, if I have fans over there, I've never been there. If I have fans over there, then, I hope you have been following my career. I hope I inspire people over there to not only want to be great in sports, but I want you to be better in general in life. So hopefully someday I can make it over there. Like I said, I've never been over there, but I've heard nothing but great things, and I appreciate the question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that question was from an Israeli journalist that asked him his thoughts on Israel. And the fucked up thing is, we would be able to get a question about Palestine if they had any journalists.
Yeah, but, like, kill them all. Fuck, that's funny as shit. That's so dark, but like, there's just a bunch of empty chairs at every press conference.
They journalists could just move around and ask questions as much as they want.
Yeah.
All the Palestinian journalists, nigga, we're going to have to wait for the next generation of Palestinian kids to hopefully, like, we're going to have to wait 20 years before we get the next crop of Palestinian journalists.
Yeah, it's like they're fucking keep getting fucking killed in Israel. Israeli journalists get to travel the world and be like, hey, can you suck my dick, please? Would you mind sucking my country's dick for a few seconds? Thank you. That's all. That's the only reason he's asking this shit.
Yeah.
My only question about this is like, I honestly don't know exactly how I feel about this answer. Like, should I expect LeBron to be able to speak his mind and be informed? I don't even fucking know. But I just want to know, how much money do it take for you to be allowed to be a nigga again?
Yeah,
because he not gonna lose enough money to where this would matter if he was to say something that was like poignant, you know what I mean? Like, when you start out, he broke, right? You're a nigga. Now you making money, you got eyes on you, you got to start to act a little bit more corporate, and you got to be able to say the right words and say PR things. But at what point do you have enough money to be like, all right, I'm gonna be honest for a second?
Right. That's kind of like, I don't want to say disappointing part, because like you said, he in his world, he might not be informed.
Yeah, well, I highly doubt that throughout that entire, because it's fallen out of the news for a bit. Mm-hmm. It's still going on. They're still fucking bombing the shit out of these people. Mm-hmm. But it was in the news for a while. I highly doubt that somebody on his team didn't take him aside and go, if you get asked about Israel, this is what you say. So I'm surprised it's taken somebody this long to ask about it. Maybe there's been another time that somebody's asked about it. I don't know, but he definitely has an answer locked and loaded that somebody told him, and he just like tried to remember the talking points clearly, because he was just like, he didn't think about it. He was just like thinking about the response, not how he actually feels, clearly. But how much money can you get to where you can start talking about how you feel? I mean, like, he's a part of the NBA. I know the NBA, is.
I mean, but he is the face of the NBA. Like, he has been the face of the NBA for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, more than that at this point. He got drafted in 2003. He's the first active NBA player to have $1 billion.
Yeah. I'm sure his son needs it, but he could be like, oh, I guess I can't play anymore. I wasn't planning on doing it anyway. Bye.
But then, you ever see the picture of him reading the Malcolm X book? You ever see like where, like, I forget what was happening in the world at this time, but he was going to press conferences with the Malcolm X book, and he was on a treadmill You ever see this image?
Well, if he knows as much about the book as he knows about the songs that he sings on camera, he probably don't know shit. But that's what I'm like. How much is he allowed to be fucking informed and honest? Because honestly, like reading Malcolm X's autobiography is not like inherently a political act to be fucking like to check out our book and see what it says.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you're a black man, you read that shit, you might start to develop some feelings about just colonial powers and shit like that.
Right, and just everything that's happening.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel like he should be the guy that has to have the informed opinions about geopolitical. I mean, it's not. I feel like it's just more than a geopolitical situation though. Like it's a clear cut genocide, and it has been for a while to the point where like that's why they don't talk about it. It's been indefensible for so long that they're like, let's just not talk about it.
Right.
Because there was a ceasefire. There was a genuine ceasefire, and then they fucking start killing people the next day again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do not know how to feel about that shit. But I feel like if you have all the money in the fucking world, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want and not give a fuck what happens.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I love about Chappelle. Now, I could understand people being angry. I definitely understand people being angry about the trans jokes, but just some of the stances he's taken with that.
Yeah.
But I think that's why he does push back and continue to do it, to show that I'm not afraid of losing any money and I have my freedom to say what I want. And I wish, matter of fact, actually, they should. I feel like it does, when you get to a certain level of fame, you do have a responsibility.
I feel like they shouldn't be. There should be people who are just as notable that can do the talking, but like they shouldn't. LeBron James shouldn't be looked at as the guy to go for opinions.
Right.
Like he shouldn't be bigger than a fucking actual activist, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like if you had a certain point, it's kind of your job to know some shit. But I mean, he's a capitalist at the end of the day, so you can't expect too much from him. Yeah. And I guess that's how I feel. I just feel like I don't feel like that's something where I could. If he would have said something like actually coherent and thoughtful, I feel like that would have surprised me more than this.
Yeah. Okay. Feel you on that.
And it's not even where I'm like I'm generally not mad in this situation. I'm not surprised at all. I'm like, he's an athlete. Fuck, I guess you got to talk like this. But for how fucking long, nigga? How long? How much money? Fuck, nigga. Like, how you got money and you're not free?
Yeah.
To say what you want. I mean, if he talks about one humanitarian crisis, I guess he has to talk about all of them. You know, he has to bring up Sudan. He has to bring up fucking Venezuela too. Like, does he have to talk about everything? I don't know.
And that's what kind of puts him in a tough position, because it's like, damn, if I do speak out on that, who's going to make my Nikes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, this is why I say you can't count on somebody that's fucking. I mean, like, he's not a bad dude from what I see, but he's just a capitalist. That's the constraints that are put on you when you decide that that's what you dedicate your energy to.
Dude.
Owning things, and that's just how it is.
Well, I guess
that's more the fact that athletes, we shouldn't expect we should be allowed to expect athletes and entertainers to be thoughtful and informed on things. But if we know them to be a capitalist or a self-avowed capitalist, we should expect them to be at least an enemy of most movements just inherently.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's still I'm still drink the LeBron Hennessy. I'm gonna still have LeBron in me.
Well, I guess along those lines, since we touched on that, you want to go into like Schultz and all the podcasters coming out now saying that they were wrong about Trump?
Yeah, it's just we've got a lot of limp dickery out of the comedy community lately.
But I will say that this was a breaking point for me in the way that the administration responded to it. Like, I didn't think what's happening right now with ICE could happen in America. I genuinely did not think that was possible. I thought our institution, I thought the Constitution would hold up. When I see it and then immediately defend it, I start to go, we gotta be very loud about this. Like it all of a sudden becomes not like liberal catastrophic thinking. It starts to become very reasonable, nuanced criticism of the administration. They have just
now what I'm saying, like with him saying that, right? These were the things that people have been saying all the time. That Trump has been doing illegal things. I mean, shit, the nigga got convicted. He got convicted of 33 felonies.
He got fucking found liable for sexual battery, didn't he?
Yeah, so
he's done housing discrimination.
Right. So in this, bro,
I guess welcome to the right side of things, but like fuck, man.
But do you know how bad, how racist you got to be to get found guilty of discrimination in the 70s?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Right. Like that's when it was legal to discriminate.
Yeah,
and not rent to black people.
Like literally 10 years before that, there was literal laws that say no nigger here. Nigger here, human beings here. That was the law for a while. And then they were just like, let's pull it back.
Yeah.
And then they found out that they were doing something that they couldn't even stand by.
Right. So, Trump, so Schultz has been like speaking out lately saying that, people were right about Trump after seeing his handling with the ICE situations, seeing that they're still trying to cover up and not release all the Epstein files. I believe Rogan is also like feeling the same type of way.
Joe Rogan he's like compromised to the point where I don't think you should even listen to a word he says. Like he's either completely like fucking like they're either putting fucking nanobots in his water to where his brain stops working, or he's just like totally committed to the lie.
Yeah,
like you can't listen to a word he says at this point. Schultz, I feel like he's actually like just a human being that did some fuck shit, and he's like cognizant of it. But it's like this. I don't even know how to feel about that, because I'm like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck are you? But what do I say? I'm not mad. Yeah. I don't let white people surprise me. That's for one. So I'm not mad. But like, bro, literally everybody said this, but it was more important to like dunk on fucking bitches with blue hair and nose rings than to actually like listen to people with real ideas.
Yeah. I think what it is with somebody like him or a Rogan or a Theo Vaughn, all these podcasters, because it was more than just the podcast with Trump. It was also podcasts with RFK or just like just other people spreading these ideologies,
like Tucker Carlson and shit. Like
just
people that everybody said, hey, you probably shouldn't talk to this guy because you're laundering his image, and then they go, I think you're fucking being dramatic.
I think because at the time it might have just been looked at, oh, this is it's harmless. It's just me making content.
Yeah.
And also like he's somebody that regardless of like the outcomes of the votes in his world, it wouldn't affect him because he's going to be like a rich white guy regardless. So it's like, this can't hurt me.
Yeah, and it still doesn't affect him. So I don't even know why he's deciding to switch his opinion at this point. Like he still could benefit from being on the Trump fucking bandwagon. So I don't even understand what the point of him coming out is. Like, is it affecting his money? I doubt it. I highly doubt that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, dickhead, we told you that this shit was bad. It was going to be bad. Anybody that's ever opened up a book said it's going to be like probably exactly like this. Yeah, I don't get it. The people that change their minds, I don't get it. The people that are still going hard and saying, you know what, fuck it, I should be allowed to United States citizens. I get those people. They're fucking brainwashed. They're got fucking worms in their brain. I get that point. How much money? I guess maybe one of the checks didn't clear or something. Maybe they was promised some extra money and they couldn't take it this time because they can't justify it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
No, my thing is just with the one thing I will say I don't like is when these people sit with these politicians and then they say, but don't use me in your propaganda. When he like, it was somebody like when the White House made a ad, they put out an ad that had Theo Von in it, and Theo Von was like, but don't use me in this. It's like you sitting with them show that you're okay with their ideas.
Yeah.
Like once you start platforming that type of message, it shows that you're okay with it.
Again, it's hard to even give energy to because it's something that we were like, hey, this is a bad idea, and they were like, fuck you, shut up, liberal. And then I mean, I get it. Liberals are annoying. They're hard to talk to. I think it's like, why are you? We don't have to talk about liberals. Why don't we talk about actual human beings?
Yeah,
like we just talk to. Okay, so conservatives are annoying and liberals are annoying. So let's just try to piss off the liberals by choosing a conservative. That doesn't even make any sense. There's like generally a whole entire section. We have no. All right, I'm a broken record at this point, but it's like we don't have a left in this country. Like we have like leftist like people, but we don't have like a left party other than like the third parties that don't get any sort of attention.
Right.
It's like we literally have. If you look at any other country, they'd say we have a right wing party and like a fucking authoritarian fascist party, but both right.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt that nobody has explained it to any of these people that way.
And that's a great point because when you look, because I never thought about it that way, but that's a great point. There is no true left because when you look at the right, which would be Trump, and like, his whole crew that he hangs with, right? But then people would say Kamala Harris would be the left. But when you look at her policies, most people say, but she still locked niggas up too.
She locked niggas up. She has no interest in universal health care, no interest in fucking universal like child care, no interest in taxing fucking rich people. And like, what about this bitch is left?
And also,
sorry, I didn't mean to call her a bitch. She's
no, but then also, but then also the refusal to side with Palestine,
supporting a genocide. What is leftist about that? Yeah, I don't know. I talk to people about this, and everybody doesn't think of it this way. There's a lot of times where I'm like, hey, that because you're not a conservative and you're not a liberal, that doesn't mean you're in the middle of both. Like people are just like, oh, well, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm in the middle. How the fuck are you in the middle of both rights, nigga? You either right or you not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're just so poorly educated in this country. It bothers me because I'm dumb as fuck. I'd be like, yo, I could be so smart if I had the right education, but I just didn't get it. And again, another thing, no free fucking college in this country. Like we'd probably be in China if everybody was educated for free. There's no good. I've seen the arguments against free college. There's no good ones. It's just that if nobody gets to go to college or we're in debt, then we just have to work forever and we generate income for corporations. That's the only reason that you can give.
Yeah, and that failure to be willing to educate the people, it affects us. That lack of knowledge affects us in so many areas, even as far as like transportation, right? Look at our train system, like Amtrak.
Yeah.
Right? It really shouldn't take 3 hours to get from. It shouldn't take 3 or 4 hours to get from New York to DC.
Bro, I'm always talking about that shit.
When you look at a country like China,
I think Japan has the fastest one. I think it's like 200 kilometers or like 300 kilometers an hour, which is like 150, almost 200 miles an hour. Ours is 65.
Damn.
It takes the same amount of time to drive that it does to take the train pretty much anywhere in this country. So it's just because it's silly as fuck.
Because I was just reading about, it was somebody like proposed like, why isn't there a train system that could take you across the country in a faster speed? And it's because like certain states, like I think Indiana, I believe in Indiana it's illegal to have a train system. Like they passed that law.
Oh damn, that makes sense because back when like automobiles, that's what they used to call them back in the day. Back when that shit was popping, there was a lot of like lobbying to make sure that was the main way people get around. Build all these fucking roads, and boost up the auto industry. That shit was it was a good idea at the time because we were making cars, but now it's like we don't even make fucking cars. Let's just get rid of them at this fucking point. As much as we can. Like New York City, you don't gotta drive. I think Chicago has a good system.
Shit, we honestly don't, to the point where even with the snowstorm, right? People, it's people with cars still snowed in.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks after the snow. It's like, if you could sit with your car and snow for that long, you don't need it. You shouldn't be allowed to have it.
Yeah, New York penalizes you for having a car pretty much at every step of the way. Like, you got to move that shit every day. There's tolls to get to and from the city. There's fucking tolls for, the congestion charge. Mm-hmm. They give you fucking tickets for going more than like 30 miles an hour and shit. There's those red bus lanes you can't drive in those during the week. Like, there's everything in New York City says don't fucking bring your goddamn car. And I kind of think it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I kind of like after the snow, after seeing how people refuse to shovel out their cars and just be okay with their cars sitting in the snow for so long, I'm kind of all right with like, no, you should have to move your car every day to show that you actually need it.
Yeah, and that's what fucked me over with having a car is because I was moving that shit every day and it was just sitting. It's like it's sitting on this side of the street. Now it's just sitting on that side of the street. Yeah. So, but the only problem is when you leave town, you gotta rent a car, which is honestly it's not that expensive. But if every town had like if we were to go to DC right now, you know, we'd take the train from where we at to Amtrak station, take the Amtrak to DC. Then we could realistically just take the train that they have in like one small part and buses around. Like it's not a bad system. It could be better. Philly too. But like if every city, at least major cities where there's activity, had something like that, we'd save a lot of fucking we save a lot of money. Yeah. We'd fucking have less emissions. It'd probably be like a lot better jobs because it wouldn't be like, oh, I can't get to this job, so I can't do the job. It's like there's no excuses at that point.
But we talked about this before we started recording, where with the Philly train system, we do have to figure out some way to get the business class and like, you know, just the higher class, like I guess the upper middle class and the upper class, we got to figure out how to get them on the train to balance it out. Yeah. So where it's not just people doing drugs and people that'll rob you.
Well, they can afford cars and drivers, so they're gonna let us fend for ourselves. That's basically it. It's like, well, good luck, nigga. Because we the ones that got to deal with homeless people.
Right.
Like, if we don't give homeless people housing and opportunities to actually, like, get into the fucking jobs, they just going to keep giving us shit to complain about.
Right.
And we got to deal with them because we got to, like, actually live in the world.
Yeah.
Now, every once in a while, a rich person is going to get stabbed by a homeless person, and then it's going to be like, oh, well, now we got to just fucking move them to another side of the city. But realistically, our problems, to a degree, would lessen if we were to just take the money that we're going to use for policing homeless people and just give them shit that will help them not be homeless.
Yeah, because I was on a train, I guess this was Saturday night. I'm coming home from shows, and, you know, I'm about to switch off the MTA. I'm getting off the train to get on the path to come back to Jersey. And as I'm pulling up to my stop, this homeless lady, she just like pissed right on the train, right?
Yeah.
And just stood up and just pissed right in the middle of the floor. And it was an empty train, which like, so for her, this was probably the most privacy she was going to get, me and this other person watching her.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't even be mad because it's like, look at the weather. It's if it's 2 degrees outside, where else I'm gonna take a piss? Like I'm gonna take a shit right here, and let, cause it's like, where else do I have to go?
Yeah, you can't expect somebody to put their bare pussy out in the street in this kind of weather. That's inhumane. Really, like that should have come out as an icicle. I don't think I've taken an outside pee in a while.
Right, and it's not that I don't want to. I just don't want my tip to freeze.
Yeah. And that's that's another beautiful thing about a big city. You can just pee on buildings and shit. Yeah. You know, if everybody's driving, you got to pull over or you got to put it, you know, pee in a cup or a fucking bottle.
Nigga, almost pissed after her. I'm like, shit. when you get off the, I'm telling you, bro, when you on the train, or waiting for the train, you be thinking like, damn, am I the only one that didn't shit here?
No, I do wonder that. I'm like, what does everybody do when they gotta? I just go home at that point. If I gotta go to number 2, I'm going home. But like on the train platform, you can go to the far end and relieve yourself at the far end where nobody is. But there has to be a way to avoid public poop. I haven't seen much more about the public bathroom stations that they were
that
trying to release.
Madani proposed.
Yeah, the proposal for that. I mean, they're gonna shit somewhere. We might as well have a fucking 4-walled structure. I don't know how they're gonna clean that shit. That janitor is gonna have to make $1 million a year for that to be worth it. But that's a job, man. Like we could literally like fix a problem and create a job by hiring like people that need better jobs or have no job. I think to clean, to be janitors for that. I mean, it's a pretty shitty job to subject somebody to. But
matter of fact, I know actually what I wanted to share about. Actually, I know exactly what else I wanted to talk about.
But you got something personal in your life that you wanted to share?
Yeah, well, kind of. So we came across this nonprofit Gen Z for Change, right? And just going on their website, everything they talked about was kind of aligned with some of our messaging as far as why we need to support certain causes, stuff like that. And one of the things that I saw on their website, what they talked about was like, just supporting the right boycotts. Grassroots issues as far as like how we could help and how we could show our support, right? And one of the things I saw was like the Starbucks boycott. Now remember, people thought they were supporting like that the Starbucks money was going directly to Israel, like which actually was what actually happened was, I believe it was somebody that Starbucks wanted to sue an employee for their support.
Right.
And I also saw Starbucks, they also are refusing to their baristas to form a union.
Oh.
So that would actually be the right reason to boycott them. Not because they're sending their money over to another country. It's more so just that they won't even let their employees have a union and get like the rights that they deserve and are fighting for.
Yeah. I feel like the best way that shit's been put to me is like, we basically only live in a democracy when it's like, election year and shit. But at your job, you live in a dictatorship. And any attempt to like democratize the workplace, you get hit pretty hard. They threaten to fire you, or they union bust and all that shit. So it's like, you got to support unions because literally it's people trying to have some sort of say in their work conditions. Like 40 hours a week, you don't exist in a democracy. Is that not insane to you? That's most of your life.
Right.
And the other 40 hours you sleep in, and the other 40 hours you live in a democracy where nothing you actually say matters. So unions are a good thing.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it, because most of your day is around your work. Then the other part of your day is getting to and from work and making sure you have the energy after doing that said job, as far as like eating and things like that, taking care of yourself. So it's like, what time do you really have for yourself? And shit, I even think about that in terms of working with schools. Like when I worked at schools, I told you about the situation where a school actually turned me down for a position because of my career choice.
Male stripper? That's an easy one, not bad.
But that's what's fucked up. Like jobs, schools don't want you to have a personal life like online outside of the school. But it's like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to survive outside of this anyway.
No, that's the shit that pisses me the fuck off, bro. Yeah. All these motherfucking like, you gotta have a clean digital footprint, non-compete clauses and shit. It's like 40 hours don't pay the bills no more. So what the fuck you expect niggas to do if you're not paying them a real wage? That's
right. Yeah.
insane.
If you want to control my life outside of the school, then pay me Or if you want to control my life outside of this job, then pay me a livable wage to where I won't need anything else outside of this job.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not what, like, most jobs aren't gonna do that for you. And that's why people are unionizing, because they're like, I have no say in most of my life. That's like a scary realization. And you know, a lot of people work in industries where that's just not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna get a union. Like comics, we're not gonna unionize. I don't know if there would even be a point to do it, but it's just I don't see any way for that to work.
The reason why I know it won't work for comedy is because once we stand up against the abuse, is others that are okay with getting abused.
Oh, like, yeah, for sure.
Like that's why when the particular comedy club in Brooklyn, right? When it was a comedy club in Brooklyn that I performed at a lot, and they were booking me to close out the shows a lot of times, but basically they just stopped paying people.
Yeah.
And they were still trying to book me, and with the hopes of, don't worry, we're just going to add this to like the money we owe you later down the line. So I just had to say it to myself, like, if that's the case, I'm not going no more. I'm not going because these shows are going to have to suffer, because because I understand people under me that are like fighting for a spot, fighting for a way in, they're going to come free regardless. But it's like, I got to be the one to stand up for all of us and say, this isn't right.
No, I remember we talked about that all the time. And I was like, yeah, I respect that shit, because if everybody did that, then they would have to be like, all right, fuck, we got to figure it out.
Right.
Because I don't know if there should be like a, you know, the way a union works, I don't know if that would work in our industry like that. But in a situation where it's like, there's clubs all across the country that are getting away without paying niggas. But if they were like, yo, I heard you didn't pay these people, so you're not going to be allowed to book comics. Like every comic, at least with a fucking, you know, soul, would be like, nah, we're not working here until you pay the people that you owe money to. If we were to establish that in some way, then I think things would be slightly better. But I mean, you're gonna, you know, the MAGA comics are gonna start working there for fucking.
No, but
shit. And young comics too, like young hungry people. Like when y'all niggas wasn't working, I was up there for free.
No, but
I wasn't getting paid either way.
But we do got to figure out something, because this shit. Did you hear about this? James Van Der Beek, the guy from Dawson's Creek.
Damn, he's not old enough to be dead.
Yeah, he passed away. He was 48. He was 48, and he passed this past week from a battle of cancer.
Oh fuck! Too many people are getting fucking.
I believe it was it? I believe
it. Go get tested.
I believe it was colon cancer.
God,
yeah. He passed this past week from colon cancer. When did he was diagnosed with this? 2023. And
that's some scary shit.
Yeah, and what was sad is that James Van Der Beek. What's sad about this is that he struggled with like the payment, like he struggled as far as, you know, taking care of his family and dealing with the weight of the medical bills. And in November of last year, he even had to auction some of his items from Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues to cover the treatments. And do you know how fucked up that is? Nigga, he was Dawson.
Was he? I didn't even see
bro,
that. For damn, that was his creek?
Like, bro, for the star of Dawson's Creek to have to sell items. How many episodes of Dawson's Creek was it? How many episodes was it? 128 episodes. So this show was like wildly successful in syndication. I'm sure the producers of their show, I'm sure for generations, they going to be good. They never going to have to worry about money. The star of this show shouldn't have to worry about his medical bills when the star of the show shouldn't have to worry about his medical bills when I know this show has created wealth for so many producers and networks. This show was owned by $1 billion company. There's no reason that he should have had to sell any things or had to create a GoFundMe in his last years. Nigga, this was his creek. That's like Martin selling the Martin couch. I didn't grow up on Dawson's Creek, so when I heard that, like, you know, this guy passed from the show, I was thinking maybe he was just a side character or something. But to look this up and find out that this was actually this nigga's creek, that's crazy.
I remember this show. I used to always get this and One Tree Hill mixed up because it basically was the same show to me.
Yeah.
I used to watch One Tree Hill though. That shit actually was kind of fire.
Cause it's like, and that's the thing. If the star of Dawson's Creek can't afford cancer treatment, imagine just regular everyday people.
Yeah.
If we shit, that's one of the reasons I be scared to play basketball sometimes. Cause I'm like, damn, if I get injured, if I get hurt, like, what are we supposed to do? Before we get out of here, I got 2 quick questions.
What are they?
I forgot to write them down, but I had one question. Somebody asked, "What's the greatest song by any white person? Like, it could be any genre or like person or group, but what do you think is the greatest song from a white person?"
The greatest song from a white person,
or it could just be your favorites. Like, what's your favorite white song? I got a few. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I love that song. What else did I used to work at SolidWorks, so you know I came across the whites that I came across at that time in my life working at a solid place. 2010, 2009. That was a lot of Katy Perry, Hot and Cold. Young Taylor Swift when she was still in her country bag. You Belong With Me. Those were my whites around that time. But all time. That's shit. I'm gonna have to go with. I'll probably go with the whites that we thought the songs were so good. We thought they was black.
Yeah, like that one Hall and Oates song. That might be the best one that white people have ever pulled off.
Yeah, Square Biz.
Square Biz is good. What's the Hall and Oates song?
Damn, do I got any Hall and Oates in here?
Fucking
I don't got no Hall.
If you have any, you definitely have this one. Fuck, everybody know. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. There's only like 2 Hall and Oates songs that niggas know.
When I type in Hall, Big Sean Hall of Fame pop up.
But yeah, that's probably the best one that a white person's ever made, and there's 2 of them. Yeah, but still,
Hall and Oates from Philly.
They formed the group at Temple though. I don't think they're from Philly.
Okay, that's why I always that's the one thing I do know about Hall and Oates. They got Philly roots. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna probably go Square Biz.
Square Biz is a good one.
Yeah, and Michael McDonald, that shit crazy that when you think about it, that a white man got us out here regulating.
You know what? That's probably why I thought it was black this whole time, because every time you hear that, you think it's from the Warren G song. But when you listen, he does sound white in that.
Oh, and the other question, this was on a more serious note. So this was like, from a frequent listener that has shared questions before about her polyamorous relationship. Mm-hmm. She was saying that the guy that her and her wife has been seeing, he's starting to feel like he's not reaching his full potential. Mm-hmm. So she's wondering in this time of like he feels like he wants to step it up and he can't be the man he wants to be for them. Mm-hmm. So should they step away from him and let him grow, or is this a time when they need to pour it into him more?
Has he tried beet juice? Like, I don't know. What do you mean he's not the man he's not supposed to be? Like,
I guess he just not living up.
Some maca root or something, bro? I don't know what you mean. Like, does he need a job or a harder dick? That's what I'm asking, basically. I don't get it.
I think what it is right, as a man, if I can't be the person I need to be for one woman, I'm definitely not going to be the person I need to be for 2 women.
Yeah, that's got to be hell coming home to that shit. Fuck. You disappointing 2 of them?
Right, yeah. Like, I'm already struggling with if I can't, and because that's the thing, if I can't be who I need to be for myself, I'm definitely not going to be who I need to be for 2 people.
Yeah. But that's why I'm confused, because I'm like, if you got good dick, you don't necessarily need a job. And if you got a good job, you don't necessarily need good dick. So maybe like, I don't know. Maybe he has to. There's two roads diverged. I don't know which path he's trying to take. But yeah, I would say definitely step away if you disappointing people, because they're gonna start to hate you. Women, it's a like, bro. It's the worst thing is like not knowing you about to get broke up with.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know, but they been new.
Yeah.
So it's best to just leave on your own accord, like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to get fired because that looks bad on your resume.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit is definitely tough, man. Because it's like,
Oh yeah, serious question. Right. Let's go.
No, it's just you said it perfectly. Is it just more so like financial? Does he want to do more for y'all financially? Is that where he's feeling like he's lacking, or is it in other areas? Because I'm telling you, there's no way I'm giving two people good dick. That's not happening at all.
It's not a chance.
Yeah.
I think I'd give two people okay dick. I think I could split the difference and give them both like okay shit, but like ain't nobody squirting. There's not gonna be a single squirt in the house. They gonna have to make each other squirt.
No, that's real. No, real shit. I'm gonna be in the corner asleep. Yeah, y'all wear each other out before I get there.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all get it popping, and then when I come in, it's like, oh, you ain't even really need me. I'm just a cherry on top.
Yeah, like
I'm just there to bust on your backs at that point.
No, like the way I come in, the match is already going in. I come in like stone cold. Yeah. like you hear the glass shatter, and I'm already cussing with a beer in my hand. Yeah.
The nigga already knocked out, and you come in with the money in the bank briefcase. He already on the ground, so you just pin him. We could take this shit serious for 5 seconds. What other things could a man have? I mean, like, is it an emotional thing where it's like he not opening up enough? He not listening enough? I can't listen to two people for sure. I can bullshit one and be like, but if she like, what did she just say? I'm like, fuck. I can't have a goddamn court stenographer making sure I'm listening to this one story.
Right.
I hope it works out though, because that's like, as a kid, that's like a dream you have as a kid. Like maybe I can have 2 girlfriends or 2 wives.
And it does.
It's not realistic to me.
No, but what I think is real is what I do respect from him is that the willingness to say like, hey, I need to work on me. Yeah. Because most men in that situation of 2 girlfriends, they just gonna ride that shit until the wheels fall off. Yeah. So for him to say, I want to be a better man for both of y'all, I really do respect that, because
that's a black king,
right? Because both of y'all, with most men, both of y'all would just get a terrible nigga.
Yeah. Tell that nigga he asked the wrong people. I guess that's our final answer is ask Joe Budden, because we don't fucking know. Let me see what Ricky Smiley got to say about this shit. I don't know. How you been feeling about stand up lately? Like that shit. How's it been treating you?
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
It's such an up and down grind. Like I've been doing this shit. Actually, next week makes it 15 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been doing stand up for 15 years, and
that's a milestone, I think.
And you just learn to enjoy the journey of it.
True. Because
if you don't, it'll drive you crazy. And I definitely do see how comedians could become jaded in this. Because I watch like plenty of comics that I've been on shows with and murdered, like just had amazing sets. And I watch comparison will definitely steal your joy.
Yeah.
So you learn to enjoy your own grind because nobody's story is the same, nobody's path is the same. I think about I think about this line right from T Grizzly. T Grizzly has a line where he says like Kylie Jenner is younger than him and like she's a billionaire. So he said like watching her, he feels like a failure. But then he remembered like she come from money, I come from poverty. So it's like his success is totally different than hers. So it's like, you know,
are you willing to suck Tiger's dick? Probably not. So like, you got to put things in perspective. And it's also like some people that had it's like famous and rich people that like slept in their car and now they're big and shit. And I'm like, I like houses.
Right. Right.
I'll take a big cut for it, you know, and have.
Exactly. I know people like that too. That
I don't need to be a billionaire if it means sleeping in my car.
So, you know, nobody's story is the same. Nobody's path is the same. And, you know.
I mean, like, jokes are fun, though. Like, I feel like every time I think about comedy, it's so annoying. But, like, I mean, like, it's, like, you get to tell, like, it's fun to, like, think of some shit. And you're like, damn, I wonder if anybody's ever said a joke with the punchline, 2 Plan B pills and a rabbit.
Right. And that's, like, and then also, like, you know, when I do get upset about, like, or sometimes if you have those thoughts alone, like, damn, I wish I was further along or I wish I was in this position. It's like, I tell jokes for a living. Yeah. Like that right there, that's already the dream. So.
Yeah, like I'm literally being a fucking, like the shit you used to get kicked out of class for in school, you get to do that. Right. If people will give you money for that, that is not worth money.
Right.
What we do is not worth the money that we're. But that's what I think. Every time I think about it, I'm like, you know what? There's so much to it. But like when you have like a good week of shows or some shit, and you've got like some new material, or you just like are just excited about the energy that you've got flowing in the rooms and shit. It's like that shit is cool. When I was in Arizona, I met a nigga with one leg that does stand up. Nigga's name was Legs Malone. Just already, I was like, you know, this shit is fun as fuck sometimes. Yeah. Like sometimes niggas just name themselves after a missing leg, and it's just cool. You get to meet cool people. Yeah. I feel like I've been seeing the positive in this shit.
Yeah, so
it's fun as fuck.
So yeah, like you know, so that's actually a good question. How do I feel about stand up, man? I feel thankful.
Yeah, niggas always so jaded in this shit.
I'm
when
so
I
thankful.
talk to people, they always like, I'm like, how you doing? Like, man, these niggas not booking me.
And
I get it, but like,
right, like some of the places I've been over the years, like I said, I've been doing this 15 years. Comedy has took me places I would have never expected. Like me, you know. I'm an adult now, but you know, I tend to look at myself like just as a kid from West Philly. Comedy has took me to Italy or
you went to Italy to do comedy?
Yeah, I performed for the troops.
When was this?
This was like I want to say maybe early 2019. Yeah, I was over in Europe for about a month. I went to Spain. I did 2 stops in Spain, 2 in Portugal.
Oh, you was in Israel performing for the troops there too. I remember that. Yeah, you was like, I was in Israel. I was like, fuck Palestine. Yeah, you told me that.
I did Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Germany.
That's fucking impressive. I feel like maybe you told me that and it's just been so long, but
yeah, that shit was actually when I was over there, I went. This was actually when the Avengers, the second movie came out. So I saw the second Avengers movie in Germany.
Did you see it in English?
Yeah. It was.
I wonder that shit probably would have been funny in another language.
Yeah, so yeah, like comedy, so comedy has took me to Europe. Last year, I went to perform in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, I still ain't been out.
So comedy is just taking me so many places like I would have never imagined. So even in times where this shit is like, even in times where I'm like, damn, why am I doing this? You know, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it all.
And there we go. That was the point I was trying to get us to. I think we
Yeah.
I think we can put a sparkle and do one of those thumbs up smiles. We'll edit a sparkle on it and then cut.
Yeah.
Or jump in the air and we'll freeze frame you.
Yeah, but yeah, as always, man, we thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, and we'll be back with y'all next week, man. So yeah, it's been a good one. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we out of here.